All right, everyone, we start off today talking about Hillary Clinton because she's still dropping hints about the possibility of thinking kind of running in 2020, but she's using her usual lawyer-derived Clinton speak, which means that she's not confirming or denying anything. She's just saying, well, I've had loads of people saying that I should run for the presidency again. I wonder who those loads of people are. Probably people that figure, well, at least if she gets in the race, she gets a lot of money and we can grift off that, I suppose. Chelsea probably would like it. I don't think Bill at this point would. I think he's like, fucking sit down, woman. I mean, I can't think of any way that this doesn't end badly for the Democrats. In either direction, by the way, let's say she doesn't get in. And I don't think she will. I still say that there's a better than 50-50 chance that she's doing this primarily to tease herself out there. If she ends up endorsing someone, basically people come kiss ring for the endorsement of Hillary Clinton. Her word does still matter among at least a minority of Democrats. She is more popular than some of the candidates that are in there. She does have a core fan base. Or it's to sell books, something along those lines. I think the former probably more than the latter. So Hillary Clinton doesn't get in. Her core fans will be pissed. They'll assume that there were shenanigans. Remember, a lot of these people are conspiracy theorists. They think that Russia's the reason why she lost the election. So they're given over to that sort of mentality. It's entirely possible that they fail to cement behind their eventual candidate if they're too far from her own platform, if it looks like she's reluctant to endorse or something. Let's say she does get in. Let's say H.A. Goodman is wise, and I've been wrong this whole time thinking that there was some sanity left in Hillary Clinton's crazy brain. If she gets in, it will cause chaos within the Democratic field. It'll cause uproar among the Bernie Sanders fans. It'll cause uproar, ironically, among the fans of one person that I think Hillary Clinton's stumping for, which is Elizabeth Warren. She's very much like Clinton, even has a similar dress style. Speaks similarly, similar beliefs, pretend progressive. She's doing that for votes. Very opportunistic cutthroat. She's just like Hillary Clinton. She learned very well from her old sensei. I think that as her poll numbers dwindle, which they have been, yeah, Hillary Clinton is under a little bit of pressure. She's like, well, maybe I could kind of do it. At the very least, maybe I could be nominated again, even if I lose again. Hey, I've got all this fucking money and name recognition and shit. It's lucrative, and the Clintons really do love money. Can you imagine the outrage among Warren fans saying, no, she's going to split the female vote? Can you imagine the outcry among Biden fans, no, she's going to split the neoliberal corporate vote? Can you imagine the Bernie bros saying, how dare she run again at all after what she pulled the last time? The DNC's getting ready to schlong him again. And let's say that Bernie, at that 1 in 100 chance he becomes nominee, then the Clinton fans will bitch about it. You know that they will. Because they already felt betrayed by the fact that he stayed in the race too long after it was clear that he no longer had the mandate and would lose. Oh my God. It's going to be great. I hope she runs. I keep saying this. I literally hope that I'm wrong. I hope that one of my main political predictions of the cycle actually is false. I hope that my prediction is wrong, upended, and that H.A. Goodman and the handful of other people expecting a run have been right this whole time. I hope she's nuts enough. I hope the Democrats are nuts enough to allow her to run. I hope Nancy Pelosi doesn't give her a phone call and say, cut it out. Give up. Let somebody else have a turn. When I look at the field, though, I can sort of understand why some people would beg for a Hillary Clinton run. She's less incoherent than Joe Biden. She's not a socialist like Bernie Sanders, which makes him, I'm sorry to the Bernie fans out there, and I know some of you watch my channel, that moniker makes him unelectable. Trump will have his way with him terribly. And you got to come to a realization of reality at some point. Most of the country's not like you. Most of the country doesn't want a 50-60% tax rate. They don't care about your free shit arguments. It's not going to happen. Elizabeth Warren's on her way down. She seems to have already peaked. She's falling back in Iowa and New Hampshire. It looks like I think Buttigieg was, according to the Monmouth poll, take this for what it's worth, which is relatively little on its own. He was in the lead in Iowa with Biden, I think, trailing him. Warren's no longer ahead in New Hampshire. She's never been ahead in South Carolina or I think Nevada. That's not great. Biden could coast to the nomination at the moment. If things remain on the same trajectory, now of course you still got more debates. You've got months and months before any more voting begins. But before Super Tuesday, everything's malleable. At some point, somebody's going to be ahead. Gut instinct tells me it's going to be Joe Biden, but that's not necessarily certain. Warren's within striking distance. Bernie could pull it out of his ass with a really good debate performance, or Biden does something shitty, which he's known to do. Elizabeth Warren has a health issue or something. Buttigieg still has time to rise up further, especially on positive news out of Iowa, no matter how you look at the Monmouth poll being sample-wise. There is room technically, though, for a Hillary in the race. Here's the problem. The three front runners of the Dem Party are all old and white. 76-year-old old white male Joe Biden, 78-year-old Bernie Sanders, 71-year-old Elizabeth Warren. All three of them. Bloomberg gets in. Some people are claiming he's the center-left savior we need, which is ludicrous. He's not center-left, he's far-left. By any measure, any possible fucking measure, economic or otherwise, he's a far leftist. He's to the left of an Obama, he's to the left of a Warren, when she's being honest about her views. He's 77. Now you're telling me that a 73-year-old woman who already lost against Trump, she'll be the savior of the Democratic Party. How many saviors are you going to go through before you realize you don't have one? They're all ineffective. The one person that they haven't tried out on for size is Buttigieg. He's the one person I maintain that could theoretically bring the Democrats to victory in 2020. Will he be taken seriously? Well, here, let's look at the problems. He's gay. That matters with certain inner city voting blocks. Democrats don't want to acknowledge this, but it's true anyway. And it's even being reported on, which is pretty damning considering most of them would love to have a Democratic candidate that's viable. He refuses to use his gayness, though, as a wedge issue. See, the groups that would actually be receptive, he doesn't wine and dine them. That's to his benefit for a general. Can he get through the primaries, though, with that? We'll see, I suppose. And his youth and inexperience. He was mayor of South Bend. Very, very limited career. He hasn't had enough time yet to really distinguish himself. He's not even as old as Obama was when he was running. I think is he the youngest, or is Tulsi Gabbard the youngest in the field? I think she's 1 year younger than him, if I remember, but it could be the other way around. It'd be funny if they're the same age. Maybe they are. I think he's 38 and she's 37, if I remember correctly. Something like that. The young and beautiful, the young Gen Xer candidates, almost millennial candidates. I think the cutoff for millennials, you have to be 35 or younger. So I'm sort of like in the middle of the millennial pack. I think they're a couple years too old for that. Hillary Clinton, meanwhile, she's like practically pushing silent generation. I've been being hyperbolic. But come on, she's already lost against Trump once. She was ahead in the polls. Everyone predicted her win. Madam President, first female president. Oh, it'll be so exciting. And all of this hype. And she still lost. This time around, you don't even have excitement. There are a lot of people, I'm sure, that tacitly like Hillary Clinton that are like, okay, come on. You've made your point. You've been First Lady, Secretary of State. You've been in the Senate. You've done all this. Let it go. You're not going to be the first female president. We know that you've got a huge ego and you want lots and lots of money, because we know that just like when your husband was leaving office, the last thing that he did was pardon hundreds of criminals that ended up donating to, PACs and stuff later on. We know that you like that sort of quasi-mafioso lifestyle, but give it a rest. Wait until Chelsea's older and let her run for the presidency. Maybe you'll get to be the grandmother-in-chief or, something like that. Mom-in-chief, rather. Thinking about Hillary Clinton, her age is more like grandma age at this point. I think Chelsea Clinton does have a kid. I think. Maybe she has a couple kids. She has? Oh, yeah. Come on. Hillary Clinton is not going to be capable. She probably wouldn't get nominated. It'd be embarrassing. And a lot of other people would be pissed if she enters. If she wants to cause chaos, all she has to do is say, I'm in for 2020. She throws her hat in the ring literally as she's falling down. Literally, people will be falling over themselves to vote for her. She'll just be falling over in general like she did on 9/11 during the election. Remember that one? No problem here. All of the Democratic frontrunners are geriatric, and if she enters, several of them have recognizable health issues. Warren is the only one that, as far as I know of, has no chronic condition. Biden's had aneurysms. Bernie Sanders a heart attack. Clinton's had strokes or something, some seizure disorder. She falls down every day. She gets dehydrated. She forgets to drink anything other than liquor. Yeah, the dehydration was caused by her mistaking wine and water as being the same thing. Supposedly, she is an alcoholic, so a binge drinker in the closet, so to speak. By the way, one of the less bad things about any of the Dem candidates if she gets in. Some of these people live a weird lifestyle. Like Bloomberg, all he's done for the last 10 years is bitch about the need for gun control in states other than his own. He locks down New York. He put how much did he put? I think he put like 10 million into trying to pass gun control in the state of Vermont, and it didn't work. The only thing that did work is our cuck governor basically finally deciding to roll over and play dead in the face of far leftism. By the way, red flag law is unconstitutional, currently being challenged. Poor Hillary. She couldn't beat Trump the last time around, and if she gets in, she's not going to beat him this time. If she even became the nominee. Again, I hope she does. I hope she runs, and I hope she's nominated. It'll be the easiest presidential election to guess in history. I'll just say day one, Trump's won. I'm not even going to bother. At that point, I'd say, well, go out and vote, but don't be too surprised when the ballots come in and Trump runs away with it in a landslide. She can't beat him. It's impossible. She's already tried. That's about all. Peace out.